All right, what's going on, guys? So, Steve Smith, NFL analysis. He's one of the good wide receiver back in the day. He used to play for the Panthers, and I remember too, Baltimore Ravens. But with this whole thing with Odell Beckham Jr., soon, he's actually been waived from the Cleveland Browns release, and I seen it coming. I was excited for the Cleveland Browns when they acquired him, because this was a organization that was moving forward. They was rebuilding, and they acquired Jarvis Landry. They had Myles Garrett. I mean, they were solid, man. And the good running game, Kareem Hunt, came from the Kansas City Chiefs, and now he's at a actually organization where he can focus now and start getting into legal trouble. But now it's been like a disrespect on Baker Mayfield, because all of a sudden now their team is it's really kind of struggling a little bit now, but Odell Beckham Jr. is not getting enough targets. Okay, so I think he only averaged like 54 yards per game, according to Steve Smith. And Steve Smith ended up saying that, well, Baker Mayfield, the reason why he left is because you're average. You're not that good, bro. I mean, it is what it is. And I have to disagree, because back in 2019, right, he took the Cleveland Browns. They were 6-10. I'm like, all right, yeah, they was pretty bad, but it was a slight improvement. Then the next year, on 2020, they went 11-5, okay? And he actually ended up throwing like 16. So for I think this year he threw like 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. My thing is this too, they moved on to the playoffs, and I think they got eliminated in the divisional round. But the Browns are actually looking really good last year, and it's off of Baker Mayfield. After Odell Beckham Jr. had an ACL tour, he was going good. He was focusing. He was lasering it out to all his other receivers like Jarvis Landry. Like they were actually moving as a team. And I'm looking like, man, he was flawless. He was like 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions ever since Odell Beckham Jr. was actually had a down year and he was out. And the guy couldn't stay healthy. I mean, you got to think about, I like Odell, but Odell's attitude can pretty much disrupt the chemistry of the team. You got to think about how he was doing with the New York Giants when Eli Manning was playing. He was upset, like, give me the ball. Like, so we don't know there's specific routes that Odell has to run and everything. And it's not like, okay, Odell Beckham Jr. is wide open, he ain't throwing it to it. Like, I mean, it's one thing with the offensive line, but Baker Mayfield is doing everything he can to help make sure that the Cleveland Browns have a successful season. And I just hate when people just dragging this man's name. Okay, I mean, it's not his fault. He can't control what grown men do. At the end of the day, he can be an influence, and because he's the leader, and he's the leader of that offense, as a QB, starting QB. So I think Baker Mayfield and the Browns, they're gonna watch. They're gonna start bouncing back, man. I mean, yeah, I'm glad we beat them. They have a great running game too, which is good going for them. Their defense is pretty good. So at the end of the day, man, the Browns, they're gonna be okay. They still slightly competitive in the AFC North. All right. So I mean, you look at this too. I mean, you can see they can go battle and toe-to-toe with the Baltimore Ravens last year, with the Cincinnati Bengals. Browns going to do good. I believe they're going to rebound and probably defeat Joe Burrow and the Bengals. They can be, because they got exposed with Mike White and the New York Jets. So, Baker Mayfield been here before. He's been to the playoffs. He know what he's doing. He's going to be all right. It's still a long season. So, at the end of the day, as I end this video, it's not Baker Mayfield's fault that Odell Beckham Jr. is gone. And Baker Mayfield is not trash. To me personally, he's not. He's based on his stats and everything. So he's decent. So at the end of the day, man, we'll see. I think they're gonna have pretty much a replacement. I wonder what team is gonna acquire Odell Beckham Jr. Could be the, I don't know. I doubt the Chargers. The Chargers should get Deshaun Jackson, because we need a deep threat. But that's for a whole nother video. But I just want to go here and say this, like, yeah, it's not Baker Mayfield's fault that Odell Beckham Jr. checked out. It is what it is. But it's your boy, Youngling Jr. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Stay tuned for more videos. This is my thoughts on it. I'm out. Deuces.